hot summer day. We're very happy to be back here. It was a little steamy upstairs last year, so I think this will work out just great down here. So we're going to start off with an arrangement of a spiritual called Let My People Go, also known as Go Down Moses. One, two, three, four. Thank you. Okay, let me tell you about these instruments, okay? Over there, John Weeks is playing a little soprano sax. Often you'll see straight sopranos, that's a curved one. Very nice instrument. Cliff White here is playing an alto sax. This is a baritone, and Dave Trenholm here has a tenor. And
one on the floor?
One on the floor is another alto sax. Yep.
Alto?
Alto.
Like this one,
Oh.
only nicer.
We're going to move kind of chronologically now today. That initial spiritual was the first written record of it is from around 1862 or thereabouts. And it really comes out of the book of Exodus. Go down Moses, let my people go. And it was picked up and used as a spiritual throughout the South. And had great resonance for African Americans dealing with slavery and the aftermath there. We'll move a little forward in time now to Scott Joplin and do one of his rags from 1903 called Weeping Willow. This is actually one of the few that he actually did a piano roll for himself later on in 1916 or so. Okay. We'll nudge forward a few more years to 1919. This was a huge hit for a saxophonist named Rudy Wiedoeft, who was a big star in teens and 20s and faded after that when swing came in. This is kind of in that transition between ragtime and vaudeville, heading towards swing, but not quite there yet. It's a piece called Saxophobia, and the time indication on it is as fast as possible. So we'll see. Okay.
That was faster than last time, which was faster.
It settled in toward the end.
Yeah, it's not as fast as possible.
George is working toward a train wreck or something.
I had to not tongue my part there.
No, I
Had to start.
Yeah. They're complaining about how fast.
I'm not
they could
complaining.
start.
I'm not complaining.
You're just observing.
Observing. Constructive feedback, I think, is
No, no.
So one more time, but faster, right?
One more time.
Yeah,
Exactly. If you've ever heard a jazz sax player called Boots Randolph and yakety sax and that stuff, just all those fast notes, I think he continued on out of that vein. Probably had some roots in that. We'll jump ahead a few more years now to 1923 and the New Orleans Rhythm Kings. Just a moment. With Tin Roof Blues. And this has become a standard that's been recorded by tons of people. This one won't be fast. I'll give you three. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we had some solos in there. Dave Cranholm on the tenor sax, Cliff White on the alto sax, and John Wheats on soprano on that one, right, John? What were you playing on that? Soprano?
Which is the standard sax in a band or orchestra? I'm gonna guess it's alto or tenor. I don't.
Yeah.
Both or?
Mostly, yeah, both, yeah.
But obviously the most important is the bari.
Yeah.
You see a lot of alto saxes and
Yeah.
tenors. Fewer of the sopranos and baris.
And the fingering is all the same for each of them?
Yeah, the notes just come out at a different, with the same fingering between them.
But the mouth, what you do with your mouth is different. Probably. I mean, the pressure and stuff.
Pretty similar, but yeah.
Except when you get to the soprano.
And George here owns a bass, which
Right.
he's not telling you about.
Yeah, it's half again as big as this. So,
Saxophone?
yeah. Cliff's an excellent repair technician and woodwind guy and just did a lot of work on it. And I'm getting back up to speed on it now. And I'll get it out this summer too.
And we're hoping he'll bring it next year if we get hired back here. You get to hear it. It's amazing.
Something tells me you will.
Yeah.
But it's that instrument's from 1927, so it would be probably what was used on some of the pieces we've just played, rather than string bass. 'Cause it punches through more than the string bass would. It's a lot of fun to play, not so much fun to move around. Okay, this brings us up to Duke Ellington. Take the A Train. It's written by Billy Strayhorn in 1939. First recorded a couple years later, and became the kind of signature tune for the Duke Ellington Orchestra. So, John.
1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1.
Yep.
1, 2, 1.
Take it up faster.
Faster.
Yeah.
Well,
All right, go.
In between.
In between. Yeah.
1, 2, 1.
This arrangement was actually done for the Disneyland Sax Quartet. So, you may not know they had a sax quartet. I didn't either until I looked and found some videos, and they have some good players there. going to jump up now to a jazz standard.
You're not allowed to publish the music in Florida.
Moving up now to a jazz standard. When was this written? 1956 by a tenor saxophonist named Benny Golson, who he is a composer and arranger. He was born in 1929. Still with us, 94 now. He came to prominence with big bands of Lionel Hampton and Dizzy Gillespie, doing a lot of the writing and arranging for them, and then went on to a long solo career. And the most recent recording release I could find from him was in 2016, so he's kept up an active career all those decades and decades, and he's written some good stuff. It's called Whisper Not. I'll give you three. One, two, three. nice arrangement of a standard that's been recorded a lot of different ways by different people. This particular arrangement was done by a man from Philadelphia named Wendell Hobbs, who had a quartet and a big band in Philadelphia, and arranged a lot of stuff and put it up on the internet for free for folks like us to download and use, and donated it to the community. Unfortunately, we lost him to COVID early on, but his music is out there, and a lot of people internationally have played it and put up his arrangements as videos. So, shout out to Wendell, wherever he is. Yeah, this next one you may have heard before. Besame mucho. You know this song? Means kiss me a lot. It's a bolero song, according to what I read. Written in 1940 by a Mexican songwriter, Consuelo Velasquez. It's been recorded a ton of times by all kinds of musicians. Even Placido Domingo even had a hit with it at one point. A lot of jazz people have done it, and a lot of singers. slow it down. This is an American folk ballad that I imagine most of you will recognize. Shenandoah, or Across the Wide Missouri, which I always used to think had to do with Virginia and the Shenandoah Valley, the Shenandoah River, but apparently not. It came from farther west with the fur traders running down the rivers, and then was picked up and by different people, became a sea shanty. I've heard it to a lot of different places.
Okay, check to me.
Yep. Just a second. Because of this curlicue here, it builds up condensation up in the pipe, and I gotta get that out of there. I won't be like a trumpet player, trombone player, and spit it on the floor. Okay, another Benny Golson tune. This one, first one was from 1956. This one's from about 1977, a little later in his career. This also became a big jazz standard called Killer Joe. One, two, three. That's a new arrangement we've been working up this year. That's a tricky one. All right, now we're going to jump way ahead in time.
The future?
The future. Exactly. This is a sax quartet from a Japanese anime series called Cowboy Bebop. The original came out, 20 years ago, I think. There was a remake of it on Netflix in 2021 as a series. It was space cowboys. I think they went with real actors in the remake. But the primary band, there was a lot of music in it, a lot of jazz, and the band was named the Seatbelts. They were a Japanese blues and jazz band with a lot of American players too, led by someone named Yoko Kanno. And it was formed initially to create the music for this, but they went on to release about 10 CDs, I think. Here's a little history of the band. Formed in 2048, they became an immediate hit in the solar system. This is from their bio. However, personal information about the band has been very hard to come by. The band wears seat belts to be safe while they play hardcore jam sessions, giving rise to the band's name. Their first hit, Tank, became a #1 hit on the Solar System Music Hit Chart in 2056. So we have jumped way ahead from 1862. How's everybody holding up? You doing okay? Can you hear me? Okay.
Don't shoot the alto players, doing the best he can.
Hmm?
Said, don't shoot the alto players, doing the best he can.
That sounds great. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Now you know what jazz will sound like in 2056. You're ahead of the times. All right, we're going to go back in time, a couple centuries from there, and do another spiritual. This one is called Sometimes I Feel Like a Motherless Child. Both these spirituals were arranged by a fellow named Rick Hirsch, who came out of the UMass music program 30 years ago or so. And in Pennsylvania now, puts up a lot of arrangements of different stuff, does a lot of marching band arrangements and stuff for Penn State University and places like that. But he's someone that Dave went to school with back then. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. One, two. Okay, I think we got time to put one more in here.
Which one would it be?
Jumping back forward in time. This is a piece written by a jazz musician named Rahsaan Roland Kirk, who lived from 1935 to 1977, I believe. He was blind from the age of 2. He played a lot of different instruments, a lot of different saxophones and flutes and other instruments that he made up. Often he'd play 2 or 3 of them at a time. He was quite a showman too, and quite outspoken, quite funny and political. But this is a Serenade to a Cuckoo.
Also performed by Jethro Tull.
Also performed by Jethro Tull.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
I did a recording of this.
Tull.
Hmm?
Another hand.
Oh, good. very much.